Chalo, first everyone clap. I really feel like one master. No, listen, first of all, Preety, Dev, Anurag, Manoj, thank you for coming and chatting about short films at this short film Adda that we have convened at Film Companion. Basically, the space seems to have exploded in the last year. I mean, there's amazing films. There's millions of views on YouTube. There's even some money. Brands, no, Preety? Not yet.
Not yet.
But let me just read some statistics that I pulled out. So a search for short film on YouTube will yield more than 30 million results.
Wow.
The Trope Festival in Sydney, it claims to be the largest short film festival in the world. It has 100,000 people attend this year in 2016. Number of Google searches for Indian short film has increased more than 10 times in the last decade. 60 to 70 festivals in India which are showcasing short films right now, and the 2015 CBFC annual report says 1,500 shorts were made in the country last year.
And censored.
And censored. It's like a fertile, exploding area right now. And
the future.
And so, that was exactly my question to you, because you have been saying it's the future since I saw an interview you did in like 2013, and you said that the future is short films. It will redefine Indian film. I mean, has that happened?
It is happening. It is very happening. But happening all around. Because see, the thing is like people's attention span has kind of reduced. They're not watching. The new generation is just not used to watching. Even if you give them an original DVD or a Blu-ray and offer them to watch the film on screen, they still prefer to watch it on their laptop. And they can't watch it for longer hours, so which is why television shows, which are shorter than feature films, and then they do binge watching, and then they have these short films, which they're consuming everywhere. And I think the brands and especially the alcohol companies are realizing it much more than anybody else, and they're like putting out money for it.
I mean, is that exciting for you as a filmmaker? You've been evangelizing the cause for like more than like 20 years.
No, I'm
now.
excited because I've always said that short films don't have that pressure that I deal with when I'm making a feature film. Right, I don't have the pressure of box office. I don't have to deal with trade. I'm reaching to the audience directly. I don't have to go through censorship, and I can have my voice. And
what more do you need?
What more do you need? And because I'm making a short film, so everybody is very sympathetic towards you while you're making it. So everybody reduces their cost price.
Bichara. But Manoj, you are not only putting your might as an actor behind short film, but also as a producer. You're one of the co-producers of Preety. So what does the space offer you? You've got this thriving career. Right. Why do a film with Dev?
No, with Dev, it's a strong backstory actually. I mean, we've been trying to do a feature film together since a long time, and because financiers are shying away from financing the film, so he just kind of presented me a fabulous script, and I couldn't hold myself back. I said, let's go ahead and do it. And also, after 22 years of being in the industry, almost started feeling that seen it all, done it all, chalo kuch naya karte hain. And this was the time when I was almost through with one short film I was not very happy with. I said, because as Anurag put it very correctly, that there is an immediate connect with the audience. So we thought that short films, if you make quality short films, and it will help in creating the audience for the kind of films that we want to make. Because eventually all the films are going to come on the digital medium. So what these short films are really doing, they're doing a great favor to all the filmmakers like say Dev or Anurag or so many other filmmakers who want to make a difference with their own interpretation of film.
As an actor, you can also play around with the kinds and types without expectation. You're not slotted.
You are not slotted. Yes. So Richa Jada met me in the flight, and she said that was the best compliment I got. She said, now I feel that you are getting into all zone and you are free of all shackles.
I think you broke the shackles from 5 years ago.
I would think so.
5 years ago you broke the shackles.
He's breaking shackles for the rest of us.
But it's very exciting for you as both an actor and a producer.
Very exciting. I'm through with one more actually.
You've done one more?
Yeah, one more, and that is going to be the last one for some time, because I want to focus completely on Dev's first film, feature film. But yes, the fourth one is far more exciting. It goes one step ahead. not only in entertaining people in a very different way, but also in terms of storytelling, narrative.
You have taken off all your clothes in it.
Eh?
So that's happening in the future.
Don't reveal.
He will reveal. No? I will only capture it.
But you're talking about nurturing an audience. You're talking about maybe also for filmmakers to use it as a sort of stepping stone to making features, right? But Dave, I read something that you said, which I thought was lovely, and I have to quote it exactly, so I need to read this. You said that it's not a stepping stone to anything. A short story, just as a short story is not a stepping stone to a novel, and a 100-meter dash is not a stepping stone to a marathon. The short film is a destination unto itself.
Yes.
What does that mean? I mean, how are you different when you approach it like that?
You know, I'll just trace my journey back a little to explain that. I've tried to express myself in many media because I did come to Bombay to make feature films. I worked on Black Friday first. And then that journey, it didn't really work out for a long time. So I realized that, you know, if I have a story and if I have an opportunity, I can adapt the story to that opportunity. The opportunity could be a short story, a novel, a children's book, a play, a poem, a feature, a short. And then I realized that each medium comes with its own challenges, and a short film especially comes with challenges that a feature almost doesn't present you with, because the kind of resources that you're given, the kind of time that you have to convey, not a story, sometimes it's just an episode, but that episode has to have the, you know, the completion of a story in that, you know, small window of time. So those challenges you don't face on a feature. So I approach shorts and I respect shorts very differently from the way I'd approach a feature.
But also, you know, now what short films, the explosion of short films, what it has done, it has made things very easy for, say, an actor like me.
Right.
When I know most of the time we're working with newcomers, and now a short film is quite a reference to his ability, you know, of bearing the compulsion, or the pressure on the set, or you know, so how much he is ready.
Short films also being made very professionally now.
At the same time, 99% of shots are still not made professionally. So the 1% that stands out is because that medium was given the respect due to it and not looked at as a, you know, a stepping stone to do something else. Like with Tandav, we did not look at it as a stepping stone to Bhosle. We looked at it as, can we make a 11-minute feature experience?
It's a different generation. I always looked at short as a stepping stone.
No, in fact, 13 years back, I might have thought that way. But now, because the challenges are so different, that I just look at it differently.
But Anurag, you're still making shorts. I mean, you just had a short in an anthology called
because, you know, I get exhausted. Sometimes I get exhausted. Like Madly, my Clean Shaven, I never could have made that as anything in India. It was an opportunity. I feel like it was just an opportunity where I could go and tell that story I've been dying to tell. So that's where I probably agree with Dave, because it was for me a film unto itself, everything. It was not, it was just meant to, I needed to let it out. And there's a lot of shots that I am doing like that. I don't say no to any shot that comes my way.
Really?
Yeah, because...
Preeti?
No, that was 3 years back. He didn't say no to making a shot, but he was one of the first people
to ask to be partner with
Humara. And at that time, I think he was doing something else. He was very excited about it.
I was already working on a platform that failed, that nobody knows about.
What is that?
So much before movies and Humara movie and all that, I was working on a platform called tumbi.com, which failed, which didn't work.
And he told me...
So I was already associated with them and I could not have done that I'm with there and do that.
And
so we tried doing that before.
I remember you told me 2 years later that I wish I had not done that. And then I would have come on Humara and it would be... the offer is still open, Anurag.
There you go.
Deal.
Because Humara movie is at a stage...
See, I'm like, my whole career is full of those attempting something and failing. Then others come in and make a success out of it.
Anurag, you just said, I never say no to short films. Why don't you say no?
Because it gives me the kind of opportunity. It's like, you know, I want to make something, I want to do something. I'm always dealing with the pressure of one, expectations. Second, of the box office and trade, who want you to, like, you know, and there's this strange kind of obsession with things that you're doing that completely diverts the focus of why you want to do it in the first place.
And whether you like it or not, I think we auto-censor ourselves.
Yeah, auto-censor ourselves. Because we are putting it out there in the public market and the returns matter. In short film, you're actually, there's no censoring that you're doing.
Absolutely.
I'm putting myself wholeheartedly out there.
And the audience rewards that surprise.
Yeah.
They're not looking at familiarity, unlike a feature film.
And it's a big realization also today. Like today, I know I'm so self-conscious about the feature film I'm making. Now I'm like, okay, fine. Now I've had like 2-3 films not working, one after the other. I have to make a film work.
So that pressure is...
That pressure is there, and then you start thinking like that.
That's very hard.
And with a
It's
short,
not hard. It's actually not hard, but it's not very deeply satisfying.
and if you just simplify that, like when an audience goes in to see an Anurag Kashyap feature film, they almost get disappointed if he tries something new.
Yeah.
Because they're going with an expectation.
They would be very happy if I keep doing Vasipur.
And with
They'll be very happy if I
in fact,
keep
with
doing
a short, if you do something new, is only then when they'll reward you. If they sense the familiar, say, well, he did this last
in
time.
the shorts, if I do
this again?"
something that I've done last time, they will reject you.
It's very exciting.
But that's amazing,
Yeah.
isn't
It
it?
is.
But it's
It
the
is.
same audience. So
No,
why?
it's not.
It's
No,
not.
it's not. There might be the same people, but their approach to that medium is very different. Because
See, there's no such thing
no
of,
resources
is it my
invested
money's
in it.
worth?
Yeah, there are no
It should
resources
be, it's their
invested.
time's worth.
That's it.
And they're looking for their time's worth, not their money's worth.
And money just corrupts expectation, I
But
think.
there's only one thing that I want to add over here. I'm sure that you guys are making your short films in a much larger budget than what Humara movie
No,
started.
I'm making very small budget.
4 of my 5
I'm not
films were
Devashish
made in
Makhija.
less
Not
than
in-
Humara movie budgets. 4
not
of my
in-
5
not
films.
in-
Okay, talk budgets. Now give me
Yeah,
numbers.
so I'm saying that when we started films, we invited everyone and anyone who comes to Mumbai with the vision of making big films to come and make films with us. We provided them with 15,000 cash, but we gave them gave them
Support.
cameras,
Infrastructure.
editing, infrastructure, everything. And we have made 350 films in 3 years, and we release one film every week.
Doctor.
मैं अकेला तो नहीं, मेरे जैसे कितने सारे ऐसी सिचुएशन में आए होंगे, आ रहे हैं, आएंगे, क्या करेंगे, सोचेंगे या करेंगे, पता नहीं.
हेयर कटिंग.
Okay, do you have an appointment?
नहीं मैडम, नौकरी नहीं, हेयर कटिंग. टुमारो मैरिज स्पेशल डे.
Oh, wow. Okay. Let me see if somebody is free, okay? Becky is free right now, okay? It'll be 800 rupees.
Of course, with this kind of budget, not all films are very good quality. There are compromises, everything. But some of our films in the last 3 years have garnered 8 million views. So it's not an immediate gain. But brands don't realize that.
8 million
We
is
have-
more than my feature film.
Yes, some of our films have 8.
My short films have been seen by more people than they've seen them.
So, you know,
So much less effort. It's not about taking a rickshaw to that cinema hall, standing in queue, buying a ticket. It's just logging in. So
Yeah.
it is going to be.
But guys,
that-
how
that
can you
much
make
more.
this work? Preeti, this is the question.
So, yeah,
You are
yeah.
saying keep it, and you said this in an interview as well, that keep it as an artistic pursuit. I hope short films don't crack monetization.
No, yeah.
no,
But
it's,
how
it's
does
so
it
right
No, but
now,
it
people
will-
are, right now in the last 1 year, brands are coming in and putting money. But
There
they
is
are again-
monetization in short films, but in the short film, I'm saying, see, if it starts replicating the mainstream commercial
Yes.
film formula, that monetization
It would
won't
die
work.
as
Exactly,
fast.
but
See, the
I
short film
fear,
will die.
I
You have
fear,
15-20 minutes.
I fear that today that is happening.
No, but-
Already happening because brands, the moment you say there is a star, there is an Anurag Kashyap directing it, there's a big name, they'll come and give you money.
Yeah.
If you have new people doing something very exciting and there are some
No, but
very
I'm-
good
yeah,
films,
that-
they'll
those
not
things
put
are-
in any money.
those
That's
things
bad.
are true. Those things are
Because
absolutely
even
true.
if we today have close to 20 lakh views every month.
That's what Humara movie has.
Yeah, I'm finding it difficult to get brands. Also because we've not gone ahead and
No, but
started
that could
looking
be,
at
see,
it
because
aggressively.
all my short films I get budgets.
Yeah,
I actually pay my actors too.
yeah. We have not paid actors. So like, I mean, if I had gone to Manoj 4 years back, he wouldn't have known about short films. He would have said, no, I'm not interested. Dave didn't make short films 4 years back. It's only now in the last 1 year he started. He said, you were working on your feature film and you didn't know really how short films is going to work. So he didn't. He was again one of the first filmmakers I asked him to.
I had made a few shorts way back, which people don't know about.
Yeah, they don't know about. Yeah, right. He had. Now I remember. Yeah, we have taken those films also.
But I was working on my feature then, and then
it got shelved. But now in the last 1 year, when everyone is doing it, and especially big names are coming in, Yashraj.
No, I mean, Radhika Apte's career is based on short films.
It's based on short films.
Completely built on short films.
Yeah.
So
She's
again,
coming
I
to
think
features via short
we
films.
have to break free from this name game. That name, and if there is
See,
name,
name you
there-
can't help it.
You
Today,
know,
if I want to
but-
do it, I mean, just because I have a name, you can't stop me.
No,
from
no, you
doing
do it.
Yeah.
That's very good. But if someone wants to make a film with newcomers and stuff, and it's good subject and everything, you should get money. Right now, we are all. I mean, at least
See,
Humara
yes,
Movies.
short films
that's-
also are based on slightly, especially in India, are based on slight reputation. Since
Yeah.
a good short film might take 6 to 8 months to build up, to start people talking
But
about
it'll
it.
happen.
But it'll happen.
It will happen. Yeah.
But with say people involved, like Dev is for me the Inaritu of short films right now.
He is.
Devashish Makhija makes a short
No,
film.
no, he is. For me, Tandav was one of the best things I saw last year.
Devashish Makhija makes a short film, then it will definitely go viral. People will go and watch
You're
it.
supposed to smile
But
at
you
this
know,
point. He's
it's like-
complimenting you.
It's like the stars attached, and if like suppose I'm directing it, the first views I'll get very easily. But I'm saying if the advantage is that's the thing, that's the advantage that we have. But also with a good short film, the advantage is, you know what, exhibitor keeps you running in the theater every day, 24 hours a day.
What do you mean?
I'm saying the disadvantage of feature films is I have only 10 days before the next big film throws me out. With a short film, it
It's
has that
eternal.
window
Yeah.
for it to become a rage
And-
8 months from now.
And it
I
is
think
there
Rahim Murge Pe
forever.
Mat Lo,
Yeah.
Ro, his first short film, is more a rage now than it was when he made it.
Yeah.
7 years ago.
7 years
Seven
ago.
years ago.
And it's- but it's
still-
Why to go far? I mean, Preeti, I would say, Shirish Kundar, I mean, in his words, I'm telling you, that he feels so, he's feeling so excited today as a filmmaker, as a thinker, after the response what he got for Kriti.
नाम पढ़ो उसका। सृजन मतलब क्रिएशन। रचना और कृति की तरह ये भी तुम्हारा क्रिएशन है। यू मस्ट गेट रिड ऑफ हिम।
I mean, he suddenly feels that
He's
you know,
rejuvenated.
He rejuvenated. You know, he's getting so much of attention that he.
And you can sense that in his tweets.
But tell me, if you don't crack monetization, how do you sustain the momentum?
You know, I was just going to
Where
get to
does
that.
the money come from?
This, I'm sorry, I'm going to sort of disagree with you on one thing. When you say should, the money should be given to someone who has a good idea and maybe has the chops, yes. Should is a problem because who decides that someone else's money should be used for someone else's art?
Yeah.
Now, if that person wants to make the money, and I say this all the time, make your money somewhere else. That's what all the painters and all the writers always did. Every writer across the world is either a teacher or doing something else where they make the money. They don't make the money off their art because the minute you do that, you're beholden to the person who gave you the
You
money.
start catering, then you start really
Because all
catering
these
to the
brands coming in
expectations.
don't let you work with complete freedom. There will have to be the brand ethos in the film, even if not the placement of the product.
Yeah.
So there is no should.
Yeah,
I'm saying
but-
if you really want to do what you want to do, yes, with Tandav, I had the budgets because Manoj enabled that. But with Rahim Murge Pe Mat Lo in 2009, we made it 15,000 rupees, which was
Yes.
3 months rent, but we made that somewhere else.
What short films did was they gave you discipline.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, which is very important part of short filmmaking.
Very
Where
rigorous.
you go out and you resource everything yourself.
It's much more.
You learn.
It's a startup.
Yeah, it's a startup. You learn to manage everything. You learn how to run the show, and you learn it on a short film. If everything is given to you,
Yes.
it won't happen. And I've seen it. I saw a brilliant short film. I encouraged them. I said expand on it, and I
Yeah.
gave them money, and I saw them ruin it.
it's much more difficult to make a short film than now.
And 100 years ago, feature films were made
short film makes more man out of you
yeah.
than a feature film.
And 100 years ago,
keeps you an adult.
Like a Battleship Potemkin was made like we make short films today. He went around the countryside gathering resources and shooting that film. It's just that we got spoiled with, I'm sorry to use the word, studio system, where you think you have a script and someone owes you the resources to make it, and that's problematic. And short films, I'm really happy, is breaking that.
Yeah, but it won't break the monetizing.
Of course it won't, and it should not. It should not. Why should it break the monetization?
But monetizing will only come when brands come in.
It doesn't need to come. We just need to work at making our
But you're saying kahin aur se le aao.
Kahin aur se le aao. Write films, make feature films. I don't know. Go work in a bank. But the money you save,
so
go and make a short film.
that's what we started doing. So, you know, over the last 3 years, we've worked with more than 100 filmmakers, and all of them have a feature film to make. So what we thought is that we are the largest bank of talent today, and now we want to monetize and we want to earn some money by at least picking up these 1 or 2 good writers, filmmakers, and making a feature film. So we can't make money from short films, but how we are looking at it is that now we have some 4-5 scripts that we are looking at making feature films, and hopefully we'll make money out of that. So that's something that we have.
It's very justifiable. I'm talking about the filmmaker. The filmmaker shouldn't go around feeling like the world owes them money for their film.
No, filmmakers don't feel like that.
A lot of them do. I did until I started making shorts. I felt that way.
Yeah, that's
and I reminded myself of Kafka because
that's
he was an
why
accountant by
day.
day.
Yes. Humara Movie. I'm not giving you money.
Kafka was a writer by night. He was an accountant by day, and he's my inspiration now.
Dave.
Tell me though, is there, and of course Manoj, what you said is true. If you want to do short films, how can anyone stop you? But is there a star system coming into short films in any loose way? Because the truth is on the internet, that's what gets you eyeballs.
Short film, the star systems can't exist.
It can't exist.
The short films are very director driven, and any kind of a star system would not last beyond a certain point. It will just keep breaking, it will keep reaching, because it's a very director driven thing.
So when you were making Tandav, did he ask you to do anything that you were first hesitant about, and then you just
the whole dance sequence?
That was all him. He just did it, I just captured it.
He wanted me to just go berserk and do something that people have not seen.
अरे सावंत काय करतो
How drinks for you now?
No, not really.
2 cutting chai.
Not
Two
really.
cutting chai.
Not really.
Not really, yeah. So what does that mean? Define not really.
After that, after the shot was over, we had wine.
No, there's one other thing that, we are equating the success of a short film, I think, dangerously with views.
Yeah.
And that's not the only parameter. Like, for example, I think my strongest short film, which Anurag loves, Ugly Bar, has 80,000 views. It's not even hit a lakh. But it got 9 awards this year. So there are many ways of keeping a short alive, of rewarding a short, and views is just one of those many.
Right. Just 80,000 views?
Just 80,000.
I've seen it 10 times.
And 10 of those are...
10 of those are yeah.
I've seen it 10 times. When I'm like it's literally for me, Ugly Bar is one of the best shots. And I don't think I watch a lot of shots. And I never put up a shot. That's the only shot that I actually put it out there.
Yeah, there's so many comments, Anurag sent me here, Anurag sent me here, Anurag sent me here.
The thing is, when I'm very down and I'm like disappointed with things, I actually watch Ugly Bar. That's what it does to me.
But Dave, you brought up awards. Now, in this system, we're not even doing a very good job of awarding mainstream cinema.
Yeah.
So, how do short filmmakers find validity or any kind of sort of recognition that yes, you've done well? Do you think the mainstream industry even cares about the short film space?
As of now, no.
No.
And why should they? Why should they?
No, they don't even need to also.
Yeah,
because I would be very happy if they don't care about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it will get corrupted.
We don't need to mix these worlds.
I don't think they should even like
And even I'm very
But now
wary of that
big
corruption.
players are coming in.
They're coming in to make short film, the studios and all, because
Yeah.
they're coming in because they think it will give them money and advertising
Yeah,
and things
exactly.
like that.
So that is going to corrupt it.
No, what they call short
not going
films
to
is not short films. Like
What
the
are they
Yashraj,
calling?
the Yashraj films that they call short films are branded content.
Yeah.
Each of those films has brands behind them. So they are using that word very loosely because there's this, this time that short films are being spoken about. But those aren't short films. Short films, like I keep saying, have a certain artistic integrity. And those are branded content. Like they just because it's 3 minutes, you won't call it an ad.
Yeah.
But it's an ad. I'm sorry. It's not a short film. So they're two very different things.
And you think we should keep these two worlds separate? That's what
They'll
you
stay
think.
separate.
Absolutely. And they will, yeah.
And they will stay
They
separate.
will.
They're like oil and water. They just won't mix.
So
They
what do
cannot
you,
mix.
Anurag, what do you
You're
suggest?
mixing in him.
No, it's not that, because when he comes there, he becomes oil.
No, but
He's right. He's right. Absolutely.
I'm saying that's the only, he can't, because he cannot bring it that. If he comes in there as a Manoj Bajpayee, I don't think it will
Yeah,
happen.
and he didn't.
It
Like
won't
throughout
work.
the shoot of Tandav, she shot 2 nights
won't work.
only. He was sitting on the set. He was one of us. And because
really won't
you
work.
don't come with that
But there's
huge
one-
infrastructure to make people feel like gods. And he just became one of us. And that's what empowers a film like that.
there's
So you're
one
right,
question
it
that I
became-
have for Anurag and Dev. Like you say that it shouldn't be monetized and it,
Any
what is
monetize for the system, in the sense like
Yeah,
for
in the sense,
the
but,
for the platform.
what
for
is
that
the
medium.
advice that you give a person like me who's invested in Humara movie and it's actually my personal money which has gone into it, and
it'll all come
4
back.
friends, how is it going to
How
right
does it
now?
come
Because
back?
right
No, it
now,
will come back. See, because for
No,
me,
but
when you
how-
have so many views and everything else there, I'm
so
saying
finally
for
a
the
brand
website,
will have to come in.
No, brand will have to come in on the website.
Yeah, on
they
the
can't
website.
get into individual short
No,
films.
yeah, I understand that.
See,
but
it's a very nice system. I'm making a short film. It might be put up on YouTube. It might be put up on anywhere else, right? How YouTube does its thing is a lookout for YouTube. I'm saying they might get in a brand,
So-
they might get
so
in
I'll
anything.
tell you-
But if the
No,
day
I'll-
the brand starts telling
I'll
me what
tell
to
you-
put in my short film, that's where the problem
I'll
is.
tell you YouTube.
I'll come back
because
to
we are on
something that-
YouTube. If we spend 10 lakhs on a short film, which is again production and PR and advertising and everything from YouTube, even if we have about 3 million views or whatever, we get 2 lakhs rupees.
Preeti, I'll come back
That's
to
how
what I was
YouTube
saying.
ka paisa, it's
Whether
Tell
you're,
yourself.
whether you're a short filmmaker or a platform, let the money and what you're trying to do be a little separate. So if you're talking
It
about
is
making
separate,
5
it is
features,
separate.
let that 5 features
No,
bring in
but
your
I'm
money.
saying as a platform, you might have to go beyond short films.
Exactly. Let
Exactly.
something else bring in
I'm
that
saying,
money.
See, short films are very different. We're discussing short films, I'm talking. But as a platform, you will have to start doing probably what TVF is doing.
Absolutely.
You have to start creating content. You have to start
like
creating
for brands.
for short
and keep these two separate.
I'm saying for that platform, you need to start creating that, like the web series or all
Yeah,
the
yeah,
things. You have
that
to start
also
making
we are
other
doing,
content
yeah.
for.
But the TVF also needs one Anurag Kashyap or a name
No,
and
not
all that for
not today.
brands
No,
to
today
come on.
TVF is funded and
TVF
funded
is
by
funded.
Google.
Most of their web series you see has some name or something in it. That's
Sure,
why
I'm saying even
brands
if you
come
don't
on.
get into comparisons, that was a blueprint they followed. But
Yeah.
I'm saying just basically your approach should be to keep the two
I
separate.
know.
I
hope-
see platforms for short films like in the 40s and 50s and 60s, every artist like even MF Hussain had patrons. Now the patrons didn't look at making the money back, they were investing in that artist. At one point, 25 years later, Hussein's painting started selling. In which case, this short filmmaker might make a feature with you and you make that
Exactly,
money
that's
for
what
100 short
we are
films.
hoping
But it's
to
got to
do.
be kept separate. Otherwise,
Yeah,
it's
but
self-defeating.
making a feature is the same struggle. It's not that
Sure,
because
sure
he's
it
made a
is.
short film, a feature can
See,
be
there's
made
a
very
big difference.
easily. It's
That's
the
what
same
he's saying,
thing.
no? It's like this, unfortunately, making any kind of a film, short or long,
no,
Is a
or
struggle.
everything,
Is a struggle.
is a art form that costs money.
Yes.
Unlike a painting and unlike a writing a book.
Painting
Which is
also
why it will
costs.
always have less patrons,
Yes.
less patronization.
Yes,
Because it costs money. मतलब painting तो मैं ऐसे कर लूँ बैठ के.
बिल्कुल.
I'm saying what my patron needs to do is just take care of me for a month.
Absolutely.
No, so in a sense, Manoj, you're a patron of short films.
Yes.
Right. Because you
He's a patron of his own interests and quests.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly. So, but for you, movies is not something you're looking at ever making money off of. That's purely a passion.
Till now, I mean, we,
Now he's not looking for making money.
yeah, we just put in money and forgot about it. For now, I learned so much as an actor. Just by giving 2-3 days of my time, it's like a different. It's like doing theatre and coming out of it. For me, that kind of an
It's
experience.
like a spa.
Yeah,
in a
it's
sense.
like a spa, going to a parlor, getting a nice head massage and come back.
Which makes me your masseuse.
Misuse.
Essentially. Bottom line
If you just
है.
take all the shit away, I'm a masseuse.
That's right. But tell me, you talked about studios coming in. Do you not think, of course, I get what you're saying about branded content, but do you not think that if there is, let's say, a bigger infrastructure, it can actually help to sustain the momentum? Because my question is, how do you sustain this incredible momentum of voices and talent?
You know, there is a compromise on quality. I have been called into meetings with everybody from Woot to Array to whatever, and they all love Tandav. But they brought me in and they started telling me what in Tandav didn't work for them and why they now need me to make something a little comedy,
Little
with
less
gags.
Tandav.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when they come in, they'll come in with the infrastructure. They will
these
sustain the
platforms,
momentum, but the quality.
I know
will be
what's
compromised.
happening with these platforms is that I think a lot of people are mixing too many things.
Yes.
The short film is a very individual thing. What everybody is looking for is short format content.
Which are not short films.
Which
yeah.
is not short
Two very
films.
different.
Yeah,
films.
so short
The
format
short
content is
short
web
format
series.
is very different. The
Yeah.
world is going to the internet. They'll need a lot of content.
Yes.
In the future, anybody who can generate content will be the
Yes.
king. And they need a lot of content for short formats. But they're very different from short films. Those gags
Will
based
be
short films
different.
will not be individual
Will not
and
be short
specific.
films. They will be short content, like you said.
If it works, it will become a series.
Yes.
If it doesn't work, it will die out.
No, they will work. They'll work in the short
Short
run,
spans.
like
Haan,
blogs.
short span.
Everybody and their grandfathers
Yeah.
were writing blogs 10 years ago.
Yeah.
How many sustained? Like a Jai Arjun Singh,
Exactly.
the great guys sustained. Everyone fell off the map.
Yeah.
So it's okay. The artist
It's only
will sustain.
good content which will be there forever.
Yeah, that's a great line. The artist will sustain.
Has to.
Artists will sustain always.
And that
because-
always
The
has
voice
to be.
always sustains.
So let me end with this wonderful piece that I read. Richard Brody, who's the New Yorker film critic, wrote a couple of years ago a piece on does cinema need short films? And he ended it like this. He said the short film doesn't supplant the feature, it nourishes it. It doesn't make a filmmaker's career, but it augments it. Just as a brief visit to a friend may bring a wise word that may stick with a person for a lifetime. Or to put it another way, movie theatres are like restaurants, which offer a chance for a good long talk. But there are also cafes for a chat, and the cinema needs those too.
Beautiful.
Very
Beautiful.
nice. Very
Anna?
nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we all agree this is
Completely.
Yeah.
I want to stand up and clap.
Stand up and clap. Who's talking?
the boom mics.
If like you're getting scared of boom mic, then you're hardly a short filmmaker.
I think
You're
we
not
should
an
stop
artist
now.
scared of the boom mic.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For more videos, subscribe to Film Companion. You can also check out our website www.filmcompanion.in.